Plenty more questions, and I will leave time if people. There are books at the back. This is a commercial break. It's not PBS. You buy them. Every book you buy, I get $3. There you go. I try not to spend it all at once. I think it's also important to read from the brand new book, which is called An Irish Country Wedding. I'll not tell you who gets married yet, and one of the characters that you might... They've lost me, please. I'll read it. One of the characters is Barry Lowry, and when you meet him in the first book... Did I say Lowry? Thank you, Dorothy. Probably my closest friend in the whole world is a man called Barry Lowry. And when I was 9 years old, Dr. Salk hadn't succeeded, and I ended up in a fever hospital with poliomyelitis. And in the next bed was a young man called Barry Lowry, and he and I have maintained a friendship for I won't tell you how many years. He still lives in Ireland. In Ireland, lots of names are interchangeable. Laverty is also a corruption of Lowry, and in honour of my friend, I called my central character Laverty, and occasionally, thank God she's here to keep me right, it's getting better. I don't fear Alzheimer's as long as I have her I called the character Barry Laverty. Sorry about that, thank you. Anyway, Barry in the first book, he's blindsided by this gorgeous girl called Patricia Spence. And as in the way of things, Patricia goes her separate way, and Barry is a bit of a basket case. But he has met a young schoolmistress called Susan Nolan, all right? And what I find is that a lot of my readers seem to enjoy the rustic setting of my books. I've just given a lecture on the importance of setting. The trick is not to make it interfere with the story, but occasionally people like to know where they are. And so I wrote this scene of Barry on a warm summer day in the sand dunes on the seashore with Dr. Laverty's great big dog, Arthur Guinness. Excuse me. And the dog's just returned, having retrieved a stick. And if you'll excuse me. And as usual at this time in his life, Barry's not quite sure where his career is going. Good boy. Barry accepted the stick and brushed sand from his pants, threw it again and said, "Hellos." This is standard Irish command to send a dog out on a retrieve. The dog bounded into the waters and made a beeline. Old Arthur knew where he was going, which was more than Barry Laverty could say for himself for sure. He had truly enjoyed his 10 months here, but he was looking forward to sampling life as an obstetrical specialist in Ballymena. He'd start his training there in July. He knew he was good at obstetrics, suspected that being a specialist would be very satisfying, but he couldn't be certain. As Donald Donnelly would say, at this stage in his life, the world, doctor dear, is your lobster. It took a moment or two for Barry to realise he meant your oyster. The world's your lobster. He watched Arthur grab the stick and turn for the shore. The big lad could keep it up all day, the same task over and over, just like a friend of his, Aggie Arbuthnot, who folded shirts for a living in a shirt factory. Excuse me. Arthur came ashore, gave Barry the stick, looked up with longing deep in his soft eyes, and "All right," Barry said, and threw the stick. Across Belfast Lough, the cloud shadows played Follow My Leader over the Antrim hills. There the Nocha monument stood, a solitary needle ready to pierce an eggshell blue sky. A freighter headed up channel to the port of Belfast, and the sinking sun scattered spangles on the crest of wavelets, and the squeals of gulls gave high counterpoint to the song of the sea on the sand. It was going to be a hard place to leave, Barry thought, but Ballymena was no distance from what he had been told were the beautiful glens of Antrim. Arthur came back, Barry took the stick, told Arthur to walk to heel, and walked through the sand dunes. A liver and white Springer Spaniel tore around the corner and skidded to a halt, stiff-legged in front of Arthur, who regarded the newcomer, and lowered his muzzle to sniff. The sniff was returned. A woman called from the far side of the dune, "Max, where are you?" Barry recognised the voice. The spaniel bounced away, advanced with his belly close to the ground, yipped at Arthur and dashed off, ears flapping, spurts of sand flying from his paws. Arthur looked to Barry as if to say, "Spaniels? They're all thick as two short planks." I should tell you, as a younger man in Ireland, I ran Labrador dogs and my father ran Springer Spaniels. And he and I could never agree. "There you are, Max, you silly ass," came from round the sand dune. Barry bent and picked Arthur's head. "Good boy," he said, "and now heel." He rounded the dune. A young woman with her back to Barry was stroking the spaniel and murmuring endearments. He noticed her waist-length plait of copper hair. He grinned and said, "Hello there, Sue Nolan." Before she could turn and speak, the spaniel spotted Arthur and dashed across to greet his new acquaintance. Both dogs' tails thrashed. "All right, Arthur," Barry said, "get out, go and play." And he watched the two animals bounding away. Arthur, solid, sedate, the spaniel making short dashes, yipping and darting about. The young woman turned, and Barry was once again struck by the green eyes set in an oval face. "Barry," she said with a smile, "how lovely to see you again." Her look was inquiring. He'd said he was going to phone, but he hadn't. I was going to phone you. I mean, that is, he stammered, "but you wouldn't believe how busy we've been since last Saturday," and he stopped, not sure how to continue. He had always been uncomfortable with girls, more so with very attractive ones like Sue Nolan. He admired the swell of her breasts under a grey cashmere sweater, her slim waist and the curve of her calves beneath the hem of a knee-length skirt. In the softening light of the late afternoon, her hair glowed. She was lovely. No, I'll leave you with that. But you just can wonder if there's a love interest out there, right? In the sand dunes. Now, I'll take another drink and another question.